All right, all right. Today we're talking about the yo-yo cycle, why you keep losing and regaining the same weight. This is what a yo-yo looks like on the chart here, right? You lose 20 pounds, you gain it back in a few months, and you're stuck. Big idea. So the problem usually isn't losing weight. Like plenty of people can lose weight. The problem is maintaining the habits required to keep it off, right? Who cares if you lose weight if you just gain it back later? Easy to lose weight, hard to keep it off. Most people are stuck in this cycle. Motivation spikes, aggressive dieting, they lose some weight, they get burnt out, they regain the weight, and they repeat. So oftentimes these are the people that are waiting for New Year's or Monday or whatever it may be. Motivation's high all of a sudden. They're like, let's do this shit. I'm gonna cut carbs. I'm gonna do tons of cardio. Let's drop this weight. And they'll do it for like a month or two. Then diet's over and they just gain the weight back in the next 2 months. Every time this happens, confidence does drop, frustration increases, and the process feels harder. You feel stuck because ultimately, if you zoom out, look at the chart, you are stuck. Part one, the yo-yo cycle actually is, or what the yo-yo cycle actually is. Yo-yo dieting is repeatedly losing and regaining weight. Usually, it's caused by extreme dieting, unrealistic expectations, unsustainable habits, and all or nothing thinking. Again, these are the people that view dieting in the lens of 8 weeks or 2 months, something like that, right? They didn't do shit all year. Summer rolls around. They're like, let's lock in for 8 weeks. I'm just gonna cut out all my favorite foods. I'm gonna cut calories drastically. And once they hit that goal, they revert back to their old weight. The problem, people focus on losing weight fast, right? We live in a world where we want everything now, 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 now. So people are like, how can I drop 10 pounds this week? How can I get this off in 1 week instead of building habits they can actually sustain? That's the problem. Fixated on the goal in as short as possible time frame and not fixated on the habits, the vehicle that gets them to that goal. Part two, oh, wrong slide here, or wrong header. Apologies, that's for my last one. Pretty much what's wrong? What are the things that make you go wrong with the yo-yoing? What causes the yo-yoing? Number one, the diet was too extreme. This is the most common one. Examples, cutting out entire food groups, carbs, sugar, things you actually enjoy. Excessive cardio, that's a huge one too. Stairmaster, going for runs when you hate running, eating tiny amounts of food, again, starving yourself, and clean eating only, right? Cutting out all the junk. I'm not going to go on the weekends anymore, period. 1,200 calorie diets. So a lot of men, their maintenance calories is like, let's say 2,500 calories, and they lock in, cut that in half. They end up eating 1,200 calories. They lose the weight fast, they hurt their metabolism, now they're stuck and they gain the weight back. Yes, weight drops fast when you do these things. It will. But hunger skyrockets, you're gonna be starving. Your energy crashes. You might even not even have good energy to lift, do well in the gym, therefore you're gonna lose muscle. Your cravings increase a ton because we always want what we can't have as well. And adherence falls off long term. Ultimately, if the plan only works when life is perfect, it doesn't work. Because again, if you lose 20 pounds, gain it back in a few months, who cares? Okay, part three, motivation runs out. So at first, when you're starting a diet, motivation is high, excitement is high, but eventually stress happens, work, family, personal, weekends happen, travel happens, especially in the summer, and life gets messy, as it always does. And if the plan relies on just motivation, the system collapses. Part four, restriction creates rebound. So the more you overly restrict foods, calories, social events, the stronger the rebound tends to be. This is speaking even from firsthand experience, me 10 years ago. This often leads to binge restrict cycles. Examples, if you're if you're super clean during the week, you're not allowing yourself to have like any sugar, nothing that's not veggies, fruit, the clean stuff. By the time you get to the weekend and you go out, you might have a cheat meal, and that cheat meal becomes a cheat day, right? You kind of like let loose a bit and the floodgates come down. And instead of just having like, let's say you have a good breakfast and then you have a burger for lunch, instead of just having that cheap meal, dinner now rolls around. You're like, I already messed up my diet. Might as well eat more shit. And then that becomes an entire day's worth of cheat. And that also can flood over into the whole weekend being a loss. So that becomes a cheat weekend. And then you're back in the all restart Monday. And that's again the all or nothing thinking there, being overly restrictive too much during the week. You let yourself cheat a little bit and then you can't control yourself. Part five, why fast weight loss isn't always better. So rapid weight loss often includes water loss. So oftentimes people will start the program and they're eating like shit. And then first week of the program, because they clean up their diet a little bit more, they drop like 8 pounds, but majority of that is water, bloat, etc. You end up getting glycogen depletion too, because again, you're cutting out carbs. Carbs get stored in your muscles as glycogen. And a big one here, rapid weight loss often also includes muscle loss risk. You don't have a lot of food coming in. Your body still needs to grow the muscles, but because there's not a lot of food coming in, your body eats at your muscles. Plus, there's not a lot of carbs. You don't have a lot of energy. You go to the gym, you're half-assing your workout because you're drained, and now you're not going to make progress there. Now you're regressive underloading instead of progressive overloading. And because muscle helps metabolism, fullness, and body composition, losing muscle can make maintaining results harder later. Again, if you cut calories too drastically, you lose weight too quickly, you will lose muscle, and your body's smart, it adapts. And so if you want to lose even more fat when you eventually hit a plateau, you're gonna have to cut calories even more drastically. Let's say maintenance 3,000, diet starts Monday, you're at 1,500, you run that for like 8 weeks. You already cut your calories in half. You have to eat less than 1,500 calories. Woo! If you're a man, I know ladies out there, 1,500 calories is a little bit different in your story, but 1,500 calories for a dude that's like 250, not a lot of food. And if you want to lose even more fat later, what are you going to go to 1,000? You're setting yourself up for that rebound, for that yo-yo later. Part six, the metabolism myth. So people think I ruined my metabolism. A lot of people come to me, they're like, my metabolism's broken. It's because I'm older. I hear that quite often. Reality, your body adapts to dieting through lower energy expenditure, reduced movement, NEAT, increased hunger, and fatigue. And the biggest one, again, if you're someone that's a crash dieter or you have experienced crash dieting, you may have broken your metabolism leading up to it because you lost muscle, because you're already starving yourself. And when you starve yourself, your body adapts, becomes more efficient because it knows we have to only work with the 1,000 calories that we get. It slows down everything in your body. Think of like your phone on low battery mode, right? Once the battery's low, it dims the lights, it cuts off some functionalities. Your body does the same with your own metabolism, and you don't even notice it. Some of it's subconscious, like you're, again, not moving, you're not fidgeting as much, you're more tired, you want to sit down more, all these sorts of things. But most regain happens because old habits return again. You're cutting out all the things you enjoy. You're not social. You're not going on vacation. You're just strict, strict, strict. Then when another event comes up, another vacation comes up, all your habits go to shit and you gain it back really quickly. And it's not because your metabolism is permanently broken in those cases. Most of the time, it's just your habits died out. All right, so the real solution, stop asking how fast can I lose weight and start asking how can I maintain this lifestyle, right? We should be more fixated on the vehicle that gets us to our destination, to our goal, and less on the goal, right? Are we doing the daily things that we need to be doing to set us up for success? Build that good habit, that good foundation, the good habits, the good foundation. All right, part eight, what actually works long term? Moderate calorie deficits, not starvation. Again, depending on how high of a body fat percentage you are, but somewhere between 0.75% and 1.5% of your body weight to lose each week is healthy. That's not considered starvation. Somewhere like 500, 750 calories, somewhere along those lines. High protein intakes as well. Those help with fullness, they help with muscle retention, and they help with recovery. If you're not recovering well, you're going to be more tired going into all your sessions. You're going to be dragging throughout each day. You're going to end up skipping the gym, not going to burn as many calories, not going to build as much muscle. Resistance training builds and preserves muscle, so making sure we're lifting weights. Daily movement, walking and activity, simple step count, helps with your calorie burn, helps with your appetite regulation. Simply going for a walk after a meal could regulate that. And then having that consistency, always moving your body, always walking, trying to get movement in. And a big one here, flexible dieting. That's the key to sustainability there instead of perfection of the all or nothing, clean or not clean. Learn moderation, high-low days, allowing yourself to eat a little bit of junk during the week as long as it fits your macros, 80-20 rule. You should be able to always eat out sometimes, enjoy vacations, have desserts occasionally without spiraling. It's a big one. Part nine, identity shift, which is most important. So temporary diets create temporary results. Long-term results happen when you stop being someone trying to lose weight for this next month and become someone who trains, moves, and eats better consistently. The goal isn't just weight loss. Again, anyone can lose weight temporarily. You eat clean for a couple weeks, you'll see a few pounds come off the scale, of course. The real goal is keeping it off while still enjoying your life. That requires sustainability, patience, which a lot of us lack. I'm guilty of patience for many things in this world. Consistency and not extremes, not having the all or nothing mindset. Key takeaways, the problem usually isn't losing weight, it's maintaining habits. Extreme diets create rebound behavior. We always want what we can't have, that pent-up demand. Fast results often don't last. Motivation fades, systems matter more. Flexible consistency beats restriction. Sustainable habits break the yo-yo cycle. If you keep losing and regaining the same weight at the end of the day, you probably don't need a harder diet. You need a more sustainable one because the best transformation is the one you never have to keep restarting. Questions? No questions. Cool. See a lot of habit builders on this call. So again, no surprise. Cool. All right, you guys. Easy enough. Easy enough. If you guys have more questions, as always, you know where to find me. Everyone, have a great week. Have a great day. Have a great afternoon. And we'll chat more soon. Peace.